everyone. Well, here's a day I didn't foresee. I'm up to 1,000 subscribers as of this morning. In fact, as of probably about an hour ago. Bit of a shock, to be honest. I didn't plan this. After a 35-40 year career in television as an editor, you get older and things change, and after I sold my company I decided to go back to college and do something that I was equally passionate about, but which I actually had to abandon some 35-40 years before, and that was guitar making. And I adore guitar making, and it's been a hobby for a few years, but I went back to college, studied guitar making full time, and was privileged to be taught by some really, really talented people. And it gives you a different perspective on guitar making than you get probably from videos like mine on YouTube. You get to realise it's not about maths, it's not necessarily about this slide rule precision, it's about scale length, and then what ideas you have on top of that. But I don't want to get into the deep philosophy of guitar making. I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching me, and your encouragement and your unbelievable support in getting this far. And I promise that I'm going to keep going, and we're going to make more projects. I made a promise to you all that once I hit 1,000 subscribers I would start the Les Paul Junior project, which I've been threatening to do now for a couple of weeks. So here we are. So let's get on with that Les Paul Junior. So here we are at last, the Les Paul Junior project. All guitar projects start off with one major decision, a decision that's already been made for us, and that's scale length. The scale length on this guitar will be 24.75 inches. That's a standard length for a Les Paul Junior. Once we've established our scale length, the sort of process of building a guitar sort of relaxes a little. We don't need to get too uptight about it. As long as we get the scale length right and then we put the frets in the right place, this guitar will work. So we can all calm down. We just need to get these two pieces of mahogany, which have been book matched, and I bought them as a two-piece body blank. I need to get these two stuck together as nicely as I can. So I really need to get them nice and flat on the edges that are going to meet. You need to turn the body pieces around until you know that they are matched correctly and that you've got a nice look to it, because that's the look that you're going to have to live with for the rest of the life of the guitar. So once we've established the orientation of the wood, we need to mark up which sides we're going to plane flat and get on and plane these as flat as we possibly can. Yeah, you've got to go from corner to corner in this cross shape, and I've got the light behind it and I can see that this is not flat, and I can see light here, so I need to work on that end, get it down. I think this end will come down, so I just need to take a little bit more off here. So I'm going to be taking tiny amounts off and adjust the plane just to take tiny shavings. There we go. Yeah, as much as that. That's pretty much there. Yep, just that tiny amount. Of course, to begin with, you might have to take quite a lot off, but as you get closer and flatter, you take less and less off. And just like that, that's pretty much there. So I'm pretty happy now that that side is as near flat as I think it needs to be. So, and it needs to be absolutely beautifully flat. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the other side. I'm going to make sure I pick up the right face, which is this one. That's why I've drawn the guitar on it. So this is the one that I need to get absolutely spot on. Now that's very close. You may get lucky. Your wood may turn up in great nick. It may turn up, you know, having been planed. This is actually very close indeed. An engineering square, absolutely essential to make sure that your guitar body joint is absolutely square. You need to slide it up and down, looking for any light between the blade and the piece of wood. And that's looking pretty good throughout. So, Titebond, the best glue ever. I don't know anybody in guitar making who doesn't use this glue almost exclusively. I mean, you can use all sorts of things like fish glues and what have you, and I'm sure there's loads and loads of glues, hide glues, but for my money and a lot of people's money, this incredible glue is the only choice. And for gluing bodies together, I don't know why anybody would use anything else. Okay, when you're doing this, most important, spread it out. Don't use too much because you'll just be fighting with squeeze out, but use enough. Get it good and coated, and make sure you haven't got any dust or chips or anything in here. Little bits of offcuts and what have you. This has to be uncontaminated. Okay, I think I've probably put too much on here, so I'm going to use my handy scraper finger to get off the excess. So let's take a little bit off, wipe it on the bench. I'll clean that off in a second. I don't want it running all over the wood. Okay, now you only need to put it on one side, but what it is a good idea to do is to make the joint outside of your clamps so you can get most of the squeeze out off. So I'm just going to press that down into place and then wipe my fingers up that to make sure that I'm just clearing the absolute worst of the squeeze out. Okay, cool. Now that's going to come apart again now, and I'm going to put that in my 4 clamps. Okay, drop that in. I think the best way to approach this is to do the ends first and make sure you get in good contact. Once we've got this clamped up good and tight, we can probably leave this around 24 hours before we go back to it. We don't want any shift in this whatsoever, so it's best to leave it as long as you can. Just keep checking these ends to make sure they're nice and well aligned, and I'm really going to get some good pressure going here. I'm a bit of a stickler for cleanup, and as I go through this process I just like to clean it up as much as I can so I don't get any surprises at the end. I probably should just leave it and clean all that off afterwards, and I can't get to what's underneath yet anyway. But anyway, that's the body glued together, which means that this project of the Les Paul Junior is off and flying. I'd just like to say thank you all again for getting me up to 1,000 subscribers, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Keep building.